Welcome to Central Georgia Focus. I'm your host, Caitlin Heck. Nestled in the heart of downtown Macon is a collection of African-American art and history that continues to gain state and even national attention. The Tubman African-American Museum is the largest of its kind in the Southeast. It is dedicated to educating people about the art, the history, and the culture of African Americans. And this year, the mission is even stronger than ever. Our guest is the Tubman Museum's Office of Education Coordinator, George Crawley Jr. Thank you for joining us today. I know
Thank you.
It's a busy time of year for you
guys.
Very
busy, very busy.
And the museum has such a rich history, so many artifacts to showcase,
Yes.
so many events going on.
Yes.
But this is something you all do all year long. Why is it especially important, though, during Black History Month?
I don't know about especially important during Black History Month. I received a text this morning. Every day is Black History. So every day is the day we celebrate our history as Americans here, and just so happens to be that we are of African descent. So we celebrate it every day, but during Black History Month, which was founded by Carter G. Woodson, it's important to remember the importance, the contributions of people of African descent to our America, to Macon, Georgia, to the state of Georgia. I mean, this is a unique heritage, whether you're talking about sweetgrass baskets down in amongst Gullah Geechee, you're talking about the soul food that we enjoy at H&H Restaurant, or you're talking about the grit work, the actual buildings that are downtown Macon. All those are contributed to us by people of African descent. And
all of these things are showcased all throughout the museum. You guys are trying to get more people, encouraging people to
Yes.
come see the museum,
Yes.
especially during this month. So free admission at least one day a week, I think?
We are doing free admission. We are very thankful to our sponsor, Amazon. Every Saturday during the month of February is free. There's free admission at the Tubman Museum, and we are very proud that we have this partnership. This is our second year partnership with Amazon, and we're very happy with that.
That's great. Hopefully that will get more and more people out to see
Right.
everything you all have. And you can spend hours at that museum. I know I certainly have.
Well, we've actually had people spend days at the museum. So what we have every Saturday during the month of February, we have living legends, the ancestors speak. So we have reenactors who are local reenactors, playing Lena Horne, playing Harriet Tubman, playing Rosa Parks, playing Little Richard, and we have a new Otis Redding this year. So we're very excited every Saturday, and then the fourth Saturday, which I believe is the 22nd, we will enjoy our teens. So we're asking our local fraternities and sororities and civic churches to bring their teenagers out and to play someone actively involved in civil rights or human celebration for Black History Month.
Oh wow, that's really incredible.
Right, so every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. we'll have programming, we'll have reenactors, but we are free all day long to self-guided tours of the Tubman Museum every Saturday.
Now you mentioned getting the teens involved. Why is that important to get them involved in playing some of these living legends?
Well, it's important because one, it enables them to learn about African American history firsthand. It enables them to learn about. It also gives them the ability to speak out, to become leaders. I remember as a kid, I had to play Henry McNeil Turner, who was a bishop in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and now. He's one of the most people I admire most, and he started the Pan-African movement. He's a Republican, founder of the Republican Party of Georgia. I mean, he was influential in putting churches all over the state of Georgia. So I've always admired that person. So I'm always thinking, what would Bishop Turner do? So the leader in me is a program with the Bibb County School System, and it's also a statewide, nationally acclaimed program. And so this is our extension of that. Give those kids a chance to learn about their history, learn about the culture of being Southern, learn about the heritage that we share as African Americans and as Southerners, and come to the museum and express it.
I'm sure they will take a lot away from that experience.
I hope so.
You mentioned so much happening throughout this month. An event coming up Saturday.
Right. So Saturday, yes, we have Norman Hutchins. Norman Hutchins, the Reverend Dr. Norman Hutchins, is coming to the Tubman Museum on Saturday, and he's presenting his first book, published book. He'll be there from, I think it's 1 to 3 p.m., and you might check your notes to make sure. But yes, we are very excited to have him, celebrated gospel musician, nationally acclaimed artist, coming to the Tubman Museum, and he just sent the email. We just confirmed this last night, so this is fresh off the presses. So we're really excited about that.
So you all are one of the first to know. There you go. Also, a big project, the Freedom Seekers. Tell us a little bit about that and what that is.
Okay, so Freedom Seekers is the second part of back in 2013, Erica Woodford became the clerk of Superior Court for Bibb County. And she came across the enslaved people's records. So basically, when you were making a purchase in Bibb County, you would, and you were purchasing an enslaved person, they actually kept a record of it. And so when she was reviewing it, she realized that those records were reading like stories. It told the stories of these people's lives. And so you realize that it's not just a human being. Of course, there's a human being that you're purchasing, but it is a human being that you're purchasing, that a human being that was enslaved. This person has children. This person has a life. This person has a way that they look and things that there's goals that they want. And so what Freedom Seekers does is a partnership with Mercer University. It's the second component to this exhibit. This story. And in this instance here, we're taking the articles from the Macon Telegraph and News, and we're telling the story of those persons who were enslaved here in Macon and the middle of Georgia who self-emancipated. They didn't want to be part of the system of enslavement. They didn't want to be they didn't want to be slaves, and so they ran away. And this is telling their stories, and so it's very exciting. Most importantly, we have the story of Ellen and William Craft, who escaped from Macon, Georgia by train. They lived at 830 Mulberry Street. 830 Mulberry Street. Ellen lived at 830 Mulberry Street. She was owned by her sister, who was a student at that time at West End Conservatory. Her master was Dr. Robert Collins. They lived at that home on 830 Mulberry, and she escaped from Macon by disguising herself as a white man, a white gentleman planter. And she rode in the train car out of Macon. They went in two separate directions to the train station, which at that time was over in East Macon, what we call East Macon now. And they successfully escaped out of Macon, Georgia, disguising herself as a white man. And they rode from train to ferry, and they made it to Boston, Massachusetts. And it's a great story, but we're telling part of that story with the Freedom Seekers exhibit. So we're very thankful to Dr. Matt Harper at Mercer University and the Africana Studies program there for work, and the students there who worked with us diligently over the last 6 months or so to create this exhibit.
Wow, that is incredible. Just an incredible story, but I'm sure it's an incredible exhibit to see and really take all that in.
It is a lot to take. It's a lot to read. It's a lot to research, and my hat's off to those students because they created everything for this exhibit just with our guidance. And so we hope we've created some new museum enthusiasts out of this group. So and they're a very diverse group. They weren't just black and white. They were from every walk of life across the nation and world. So it was really great.
Another great exhibit you all have right now is the kazoo exhibit, which a lot of people don't know has roots in Macon.
The kazoo exhibit. So the kazoo, it's based off of an African musical instrument, so it's sort of like an onion. So you make it and it makes a sound, a buzzing sound. The kazoo was originally presented at the Georgia State Fair, theoretically, in 1852. Now, we have not been able to verify through the Macon Telegraph or through any published means or any media that we can locate. We've done research through the Census Bureau trying to find this black man by the name of Alabama Vest. We have not been able to verify any of this, but we're going to tell the story still. So the story goes that Alabama Vest and the gentleman who owned the kazoo, the idea for the kazoo, they presented it first at the Georgia State Fair in 1852. And so this partnership with Visit Macon and the Kazoo Museum of Beaufort, South Carolina runs now through April 1st. And the idea is that we will go to the amphitheater and we'll break a world record of playing the kazoo. So the installation was just opened last Tuesday at the Tubman. So it's really colorful. They have a colorful arch with the kazoos on it. It tells the history of the kazoo, and it tells the truth. It says we don't know if this story is true or false. Some of that Southern folklore. We have a lot of all these Southern, growing up. Are you from the South?
Military transfer, but I claimed the South as home.
Okay, so if you're from the South, you hear a lot of long stories. So this is one of those long stories, the kazoo. But it's a great story. It's a great attaché to what Macon is and what Macon can become. So we look forward to everyone joining us at Atrium Health Amphitheater I believe it's on March 28th, it is. Join us that day. I have all these dates in my head. I'm trying to keep up with everything. But hopefully you can join us that day where we will break the world record because we only missed it by a couple the last time, so hopefully we can really succeed this time around.
Let's certainly hope so. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more on the history of the Tubman. Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. Today we are joined by the Tubman Museum's Office of Education Coordinator, George Crawley, talking about so much that you all have going on this month, but really all year long for the Tubman.
We are busy all the time. We are busy, yes.
The Tubman, or the Tyler Perry exhibit, very popular right now. Tell us a little bit about that, and it's expanding?
Yes, so we met with Tyler, we met with the staff of Tyler Perry Studios recently. And so the Tyler Perry exhibit was supposed to have left, supposed to left in January. However, after meeting with the staff, they decided they wanted to extend the exhibit. So we're waiting to see what they decide to do. We're expecting some updates to the current exhibit or an expansion of the exhibit. So we're hoping we'll have a major announcement soon.
All right, well, we will be looking forward to that.
And that's as much as I can say.
All right. Now, the founder of the museum, tell us a little bit about him and the importance of bringing this museum to Macon.
Richard Kyle, Father Richard Kyle. Father Richard Kyle he was a priest at St. Peter Claver Catholic Church, which is a historically African-American parish located in Pleasant Hill. It's still in existence today. Mr. Kyle at that time wanted to open a facility that brought people together. We would say that it was in line with Dr. King's beloved community, where you bring people from all races and cultures together to celebrate African American culture, or bring people together for any purpose. In this instance here, in 1981, Mr. Kyle, who was Father Kyle at the time, purchased a mattress warehouse at 340 Walnut Street. And the purpose of that purchase was to open a facility to celebrate African American culture. So in 1985, the Harriet Tubman Center for Spiritual and Cultural Awareness opened at 340 Walnut Street. That later would become the Harriet Tubman Historical and Cultural Museum, and then would become the Tubman African American Museum. As the Tubman African American Museum, the museum would see nationally acclaimed artists such as Betty Sarr. Congressman John Lewis would come by. I mean, people such as Joseph Lowry, the civil rights leader Joseph Lowry, would come by for every Pan-African festival. So we blossomed at 340 Walnut Street. We really pulled in internationally acclaimed artists, nationally acclaimed personalities, television people such as Kirk Franklin, musician Kirk Franklin. He came by like 2 or 3 times. So we really set the bar pretty high. Mm-hmm. And so when we began construction of our new facility, I think we started construction in April 2001, we were very excited that day to start that construction. But Mr. Kyle, he's still alive, still around. He came to our exhibit opening for not Freedom Seekers, but for Ebo Landing. He came to our Ebo Landing exhibit, which will open next week at West End.
Okay.
You missed that one.
I told you there's a long list to get through. We could be here for hours.
We stay busy. So the Ebo Landing, thanks to Dr. Miller and the staff at West End College and Mrs. Chi Ezekwechi and our curator emeritus, Jeff Bruce, they actually went down to the Gullah Geechee Islands of Sapelo Island and St. Simon's Island to verify the story of Ebo Landing, where these group of Ebo actually fought their captors and tried to free themselves. And so we were able to actually pictorially and historically document the actual Ebo Landing rebellion.
Wow, that is incredible. You said that's at Wesleyan.
That will start at Wesleyan Lab, the Downtown Innovation Lab. It'll start next week.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that one too. Now, there are so many people who contribute to the museum. Talk a little bit about them and the importance of making the museum the success that it is.
Well, of course, we already talked about our founder, Father Richard Kyle, or some people say Father or Mr. Richard Kyle. But others, such as Mrs. Chi Ezekwechi, she was our capital campaign. She was not only our board chair, she was our capital campaign chair when we built the building. But she's also the founder of our Pan-African Festival of Georgia. She's the founder of All That Jazz, our annual fundraiser. And most recently, she for 31 years has done our Nigerian Christmas tree. So last year we expanded our Christmas trees, and so we started asking different organizations to do trees as well. So this year we had about 20 trees on the dais on the second floor. So trees from organizations such as You Create Making, they actually had a bicycle coming out of their Christmas tree.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was really cool. We had a music heritage tree. We had a tree from the lovely ladies of some of the sororities, Delta Sigma Theta, Sigma Gamma Rho. We also had our traditional tree. We had one from the Hispanic K-Pasa. So we had a diverse group of people participating in our Christmas celebration, but we also had some trees representing Nigeria. Of course, it was the 32nd year tree representing the country of Nigeria. We had one representing the Republic of Benin, which was really exciting, and that's retelling that story. So you see I have on my Spider-Man socks today, and that story there, what we learned was the story of Benin. We always know it as the Black Panther, the story of the Black Panther, but the true story is the story of the Leopard Princess. And the story of the Leopard Princess, Stan Lee transformed it to the Black Panther, but it's a great story, and we have that tree decorated every year in memory of those persons, of that family, of that lineage. And then we have one for Trinidad Tobago, off the chain every year. So we are very excited as we go into our third year doing our celebration of trees, and that'll be the first Friday in December. So we're planning that as well. We always are busy planning. Of course, we volunteers such as the Links founded our African American Heritage Camp 41 years ago.
Wow.
And so we're meeting with the Links this year to try to revisit and repurpose, retool our camp, because we want that camp to be a beneficial camp for the kids. And it's always free, no charge is offered at no charge to any student who registers for the camp. So,
you tell us a little bit more about the camp for those who don't know.
Well, the African American Heritage Camp was originally started in 1994, during the summer of '94. Actually, the first week of camp was during Hurricane Alberto.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so there was not necessarily always electricity there. There's no water, and these folks say we're still going to have camp despite there not being the water, because these kids need the camp. And so with that same fervor, we're offering our 41st annual camp this summer in July. We want to make sure the students have good meals, and they begin prepped to return back to school in the fall. So we're very excited to offer our 41st anniversary Heritage Camp. And it's going to be free. And so we're just working out the details now, but we're going to partner again with the Links. We're going to partner with some other artists. So what happens is during the camp is offered free, and we bring in artists, we bring in artisans, we bring in professionals to come in most of them volunteer to provide services to the kids, whether it's remediation, whether it's handwriting, whether it's reading, but those type of things. Those are the things that we meet with the kids over and meet with the parents over, because now the parents have to be involved as much as the children have to be involved in doing camp. And also the biggest part of it, though, the biggest part for the kids, though, is their free trip. So at one time back in the 90s when we first started, we would do a free trip to Atlanta every year. So we're going to try to figure out how we could compose a free trip somewhere. We did a couple of trips to Macon, but we'll do some trips out of town as well.
Very quickly, I know there's a community resource event coming up towards the end of the month. Tell us a little bit about that pretty quickly.
Wow, we must be real busy.
I know, you would think.
Yes, so we have on February 22nd, we have a workshop on Black school choice at the museum, and on the 24th, we will have partner with Department of Labor, we'll have a community resource fair, where where people who are seeking jobs can come. We'll have employers there. We'll have resources for families and other services there at the museum. We'll have tables and classes and all sorts of things set up all over. So we want to do some workshops with dismissed charities and those persons who are in the halfway house, for people who are seeking jobs, who are new to I guess you say new to job opportunities. Things have changed since they've been in prison or jail. We want to offer that. We want to offer something for college students, college fair. We want to have some colleges there as well. So it's sort of a total resource fair.
Something for everybody.
It's something for everyone. Well, the thing is
we got to take a quick break. I know there's so much to talk about. We could be here for days. We're going to take one quick break. We'll be right back. I promise.
Okay.
Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. We have George Crawley with the Tubman Museum here talking with us today. We have talked about a wide range of things because you all are so busy. But of course, you're busy year-round because you have so much going on. And people can get a membership to the museum.
I would encourage everyone to join the museum. If you're not able to join the museum in terms of membership, please come and volunteer. If you cannot volunteer, send your folks there. We welcome tours. We offer our standard tour for 15 persons or more. We offer a guided tour around the museum. We also add in, we have bonus, sorry.
There's bonus events for...
No, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. We offer drumming and art as well as with our tours. So sometimes we call it value added storytelling, drumming, art with the tours that come in. We also, because the tours could be themed. When you want to do something that's a little bit more focused on enslavement, or it's focused on art, focused on history, focused on culture, we can add those things in as well. So we try to accommodate whomever comes in, whether it's a family tour, church tour, school tour, or civic group.
Okay, and some of these events that you have coming up this month, you don't have to be a member, but it's a great way just to see and experience all that the Tubman has.
No, you don't have to be a member, but if you come in for free and you know you're bringing in 10 people, please join us. Please become a member. And if you cannot afford to become a member, sign up for our emails. But membership starts at $25, $40.
Okay. And of course, we mentioned there are so many events happening this month. There's a lot happening, but also happening later on this year. You got the Pan-African Festival.
Yes, the fourth Saturday in April of every year is the Pan-African Festival of Georgia. I don't have the announcement as to who we're bringing this year, but I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
Okay.
So, and it will take place. Hopefully, we were sort of looking at a couple of different sites, but last year we brought the festival back to the Tubman Museum. We used our parking lot, which is actually our grand entrance, for the festival itself, and I used our front entrance as the Children's Village. We had a great time. So.
I know we covered it. It looked like a great time. Now we just have a couple minutes left, or a couple seconds left. So your final thoughts on the Tubman and this Black History Month and all the events that you all have going on?
My final thoughts are, join the Tubman. Join us. We are more than just the museum. We are the Tubman Museum. We're here in Macon, Georgia. We have been more than a museum for since 1981. So that's 43 years.
So I don't do fast math. I was always told never to do math on television. That's not my strong suit.
But we have been more than just a museum. We are your cultural center. We are the place that you come. We do homework. We do heritage camp. We do a festival. We do concerts. We do tours. We do lectures. And sometimes we give out food and services to people all the time. So we're more than just a museum. We need you, and I'm sure you need us. Please join the museum, become a member, and thank you so much.
Well, we thank you for being with us, and thank you for all you do for the community and for sharing all that you do. And thank you for being here for Central Georgia Focus.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a great day.
Have a great one.